JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I'm Joe.
I am Wonjin.
Today we are going to talk about Damsel, available on Netflix, starring 11
Millie Bobby Brown.
11, who I thought like this movie could have been called like 11's Dream or 11's Fantasy. But anyway, guys, full spoilers for the movie ahead. Big shout out to Zezzy, big shout out to Scott Walker, big shout out to Jasmine
And Woo Chan Hong.
Big shout out to Kayla Marie. Big shout out to Russian ID. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. And check out our new logo. We're going to add a banner very soon, so check that out too.
All right, what's up, Scott Walker?
No, Walker, let's
do a 23-hour vid. 23-hour. That's impossible.
No, but Walker, with your support, we might be able to do a 23-hour video in like a year or something. Like, no, but hey, Walker, we're going to have a chat session 2 videos later, okay? So this one is going to be about Damsel review. So anyway, do you want to go first?
Yeah, you know, when I first when I saw the poster for Damsel, I wasn't really excited about it because it looked so generic.
Yeah.
And just by looking at the poster and everything, I could kind of guess what kind of movie it was going to be. I was wrong.
One can always tell or kind of guess.
I was wrong. This movie was better than my expectations.
Yo, let me say something, Wonjin.
Yeah.
When Millie Bobby Brown fell in the cave, and I thought that was going to be like a skipped over to a different scene. And then the moment her staying in the cave reached 10 minutes, I'm like, oh shit, this is serious. Like, she is seriously Rambo in the cave. That's what I'm saying. See? And then, you know, I got to be honest. I love the designs, like the visuals, like because Wonjin, I think you'll agree the story itself is very simple, but I did love the new design elements that they brought. For example,
It was very fairy tale like.
not just that, but it was a Wonjin. I think it's a dark fairy tale because the moment the bird, you know, remember the bird like burning to death?
Yeah.
And then a bunch of birds come in.
Yeah, a stream of birds caught on fire. They come into the cave.
And another scene I love was the diamond cave. So I thought, because the story was so simple at its heart, I loved the additional design elements. Because I knew those fucking kingdom bitches were evil when they had this double dick hat. I was like, you are all Satan's, aren't you? And
it gave us a lot of this cult vibe.
Yeah.
When they're all gathered together.
Yeah, I like the way they built the dragon. It really looked... Yeah, no, because I agree. The dragon design was very original. Because I love how the dragon... You know how...
It kind of reminded me of like... What's that mythical animal in the Greek mythology? Like a lion with wings. It kind of reminded me of that.
No, but okay, I know what you mean because it has 4 legs. Because sometimes dragons are portrayed with the wings being their arms themselves.
Yeah, I mean, when we think about
like
dragons like Smaug from The Hobbit, that's like the classic dragon image that we have. But in this one, it was kind of different.
No, in this one, the dragon was like in the Beowulf movie, where they were designed like other. So it's not a creature that is similar to us, but a creature that is totally alien to us. Because even the eyes is very alien. It's different. It's really creature-like. And even the design and how she breathes up fire.
Yeah.
And I also love the fact that the dragon was female. And the fact that she was a mother. The moment I heard her voice... Wonjin, tell me about your opinion. Because I felt like I knew the plot where it was going, though. I did feel like the story was... leaning into that motherhood stuff, because when I heard her voice,
I didn't expect that. Because remember when we think about Aquaman, you know, remember that kaiju monster, that also was voiced by a woman. That was Julie Andrews, by the way, Sound of Music, but it didn't have any of that mother element. So I didn't really expect that plot twist later.
No, but I did because she talks. The moment you talk, just like what we just talked about Kingdom of the Apes, the moment you talk, you have intelligence. because one of the great things about Smaug is it's not just his physicality, how big it is, but how evil he speaks.
Yeah, it's the malice. It's basically he's playing with the human before he, just for entertainment,
and bullying
before he
the
kills
dwarf.
it. Yeah.
So, but here it's very similar, where I felt a lot of sinister energy from her. But just like Grendel, remember, like in Beowulf, the movie that also stars Ray Winston. You know, because she's grieving for her child, and we get you know, because I love the dragon's design where her eyes are so set apart. She's not really necessarily reptilian. She's designed to make us feel very uncomfortable. Like the eye and the ratio of how her eyes are like
so distant from each other.
And I also love the healing snails. This movie is really a simple story with a great visual package for me. I really like that about the movie.
And I also like the element of this maze. Like,
I agree.
Like Greek mythology. Like, what's his name? Theseus?
Trying to get away from the Minotaur.
Trying to kill Minotaur and getting out of the cave. It gave me a lot of that vibe. And I also love the fact that she was a princess, and usually, traditionally, these princess characters are usually, I mean, the movie's called Damsel. They're usually the damsel in distress, and they have to wait for the prince to come rescue them or something. I love the fact that she manages to, like you said, Rambo her way out of all this.
No, but don't you think that because the title was Damsel, and they had this opening monologue Damsel, that we kind of knew that she was going to do a Rambo shit, though. Especially since her husband is such a bitch, and who basically kisses Robin Wright's feet all the time. So I did expect her to do some heroic stuff, but I didn't know that they were going to get into these detail where she's like, is this a wound? Fucking wrap that shit with my dress. Get the fuck out of this cave.
And I also like how they don't just leap into like new abilities. Because they give a slight hint that although she's a princess, she had to struggle to find food with her sister all the time. So basically, it's kind of like, what's her name? What was her name from the Hunger Games? Katniss Everdeen. Yeah, it's kind of like her. She's like really adept with like hunting skills and everything.
But I did feel like the subversion of the folklore or story trope was a little bit on the nose, though. When the stepmother, she's black, so she's obviously not your mother. And then I like how she played the actually generous role. So I did feel like a lot of the subversive elements, for example, damsel not needing rescue, or stepmother actually not being a mean bitch. I thought a lot of this was a little bit too on the nose, though. But I'm glad that you mentioned the father rescue stuff, because Ray Winston coming to the cave and trying to rescue his daughter was a scene that I did not expect at all.
Yeah, me too. Because I thought we would never see his character again or something.
Yeah.
But it was a surprise that he actually came back for his daughter.
So that scene made 11, like, having mercy for the dragon more meaningful for me. Like, because that dragon killed your father.
And I also love the brutality in which the dragon killed humans.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They were very creative with it. It's not just one single method.
No, but I wish it was rather rated R, and like, you know what? You know how like sometimes it's worse when they don't show us everything? Like, man, like Smaug at least burnt you. Yeah. But here, like, she
claws her claws into the body. Yeah, through the armor.
And then you hear that sound like a fucking can, like a tomato can getting fucking. I was just like, whoa. Because we're both adults, so we can watch any movie we fucking want. But I was about to check the rating. Is this PG-13? Because that sounded really uncomfortable, like a crab getting smushed. But I did love the rope bitch getting fucking smashed trying to run away, though. Because I also, and the editing was brilliant because the time flies for me.
Yeah, it doesn't really waste time on anything. It's just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. And I didn't mind the feminist image too, because remember, guys, Rambo is also a fictional character. No one man can actually do that. But here, like, given
Rambo can.
Yeah, of course. But given that it started off as a fantasy right away, I didn't mind her being a little bit overpowered either. Because I just thought the movie explained its world enough for me to say that, well, the princess can be really a great sword wielder.
Yeah, and she can also be a Lara Croft when she's like jumping and then
exactly.
using her little dagger to pull herself up.
I did wish we found those snails so that, because that snail obviously healed the dragon's eye, remember? I was like, damn, that's a fucking miracle drug. Like, I wish we had those snails. Like, seriously, those snails are magic. And I also didn't mind the multi-ethnicity element, because this is a fairy tale. It's not supposed to fucking mean real world, guys. And Robin Wright, Robin Wright is so great at playing. Like, I thought Mrs. Underwood just teleported from the presidency and came back.
Where's the Jenny from Forrest Gump?
Yeah. The symbolism of the movie was super deep and heavy. I thought they would just kill the king and move over. Yeah, old crown to climb up the crystal. Well, yeah, no, like, you know what? This was a very simple movie that I enjoyed a lot. And I think the Rotten Tomato, I think this was like 50%. I don't agree with that. I thought it was at least a 70% for me.
I mean, it was a visual feast, like you say. The plot itself is pretty simple. I love those little moments when we see this like visual impact of the dragon. For example, remember when she was like looking for water,
right?
And then she's getting that drip, drip, drip from the ice, and then the ice eventually slowly starts to melt, and the dragon's flame comes through. I love that scene.
No, I agree, because I love that the dragon's breath is kind of magma-like. It's not the traditional dragon breath we think. Yeah. And I love how he can harm herself too. So I would say this is a simple story with a lot of smart ideas. And I didn't mind, like, I guess the review is low like that because I didn't take this as feminist though. Like over feminist in the fact that, because they got bitches here too. Robin Wright is a bitch. and
they actually gave like a redeeming moment for the father.
Yeah, so I didn't take it as a feminist thing at all. I just thought it was just I wouldn't. Okay, there were smart moments, but the plot itself is not that difficult. It's just a subversion of the damsel thing.
Yeah.
But there has been a lot of movies like that in the past too. Remember in the 90s, we have princesses being like Conan the Barbarian and shit. So,
and I also like the ending, the Poetic Justice. Like when Robin Wright dies screaming, and
the helmet melts, the gold.
Yeah, I mean it was like a cathartic moment when she's back and she's all alone, but they have no idea who else she brought with.
Yeah. And
then the dragon shows up and it's like, what's up now?
I wish Millie Brown would have said Dracarys. And then when her ship and the dragon was on top, I was like, are they about to conquer the world?
I mean, the only thing I didn't like about that last moment is the fact that she died burning. I was actually hoping the dragon would claw her, because I think that would have been a more brutal death.
Guys, Wonjin needs therapy. By then, I was so tired of the tomato can getting smashed. I was like, please let this death be gentle. And then, because, another, now that you said that, another scene I did like was the dragon's rage. Remember how she spits fire all over the cloud? And it just becomes...
Basically, it's like raining fire.
Yeah, Sauron, where are you summoning? So... There were just a lot of visual cues and entertainment value to this movie for me. It was, I think, 1 hour and 50 minutes, including the credits. Time flew by for me because, like, oh man, it was just so simple. So the editing was effective. The visuals are amazing. The story was simple. And I only felt sad when one of the bitch ass knights got fucking. Because come on, let's be honest. If I'm in a cave with a dragon, I'm shitting my pants. I'm like, of course I'm getting the fuck out of here, my lord. Lord. Yeah, I also expect something more dramatic. No,
I don't think that guy was even a knight. The guy who was running, he was like a guide basically. Oh yeah. He was only there to like guide them into the cave.
Yeah. Look, because if you were looking for something dramatic, you should watch Beowulf, 2007 or 9. It's a complete 3D movie that Ray Winston plays. I thought that did the climax better though, because we did spend a lot longer time in the cave than I thought we would.
Grab her, just drop her off from his claws, and while she was falling, the dragon would literally turn her into popcorn.
So I think this is a good time to give a number grade. Yeah, Zezzy is...
I would give this movie... I think I would give this movie like an 8.
Really?
Yeah. I can be generous. I may give it a 7, but I think I can give it an 8.
Just the entertainment value?
Yeah,
and the visuals?
Value. Yeah, I think nobody's going to feel like they've wasted their time after watching this.
Yeah, so now that you did that, I'm going to give it a 7 to balance it out. Because I'm no way saying this is...
like a masterpiece.
Sure. It's a great entertainment.
Yeah, it's great entertainment.
So, JoeJinMovieSoAwesome gives this a 7.5, which is not so awesome, but awesome. So, guys,
7.5.
if you are a big fan, what was your favorite character? My favorite character was actually the prince. I love it when he died like a bitch, screaming like.
No, he wasn't screaming. He was actually accepting his fate. I liked the.
Closing his eyes.
Yeah, he just closed his eyes. Oh, right, I deserve this. Fuck this.
I did feel bad for the dad though. He was basically Robin Wright's bitch. Like Robin Wright, like kneel down, motherfucker. But from the beginning, when you cast Robin Wright as the queen, you know she's wearing the pants. But my favorite character was actually the dragon.
Yeah, me too.
The dragon.
My favorite would be the dragon.
Yeah, because she was very complex. Like because there were very effective scenes where like she talks to the eggs that have been killed. I thought Scargiver Rebel Moon could learn from this because it was just so effective where we can get the gist of the characters in efficient small scenes.
I think it's very human of the dragon because she just cannot let that grudge go.
Yeah. And then she says 3 for 3. Don't worry, babies. And then I like how even her eye conveyed character because remember when she got blinded and she looks at Millie Brown and Millie Brown brings the snails. The dragon looks at her in a certain way, like, huh, mercy. And then I love how they're Dothraki and Dracarys
on the ship.
No, but it would be so funny if there is a sequel to this. Millie Brown wears the dragon crown.
Mother of dragon.
Yeah.
Breaker of chains.
No, this is a great dragon walker. It's called Damsel, the movie. And I felt like this dragon was the most lizard and reptilian-like so far. So anyway, guys, 7.5 for us. So that's a JoeJinAwesome grade. We'll be right back in 3 minutes to talk about Netflix's Late Night with the Devil. And then, Walker, we'll have our Let's Talk session. Please check out our new moniker. If you like our shit, please press like and subscribe and leave a reply. Scott Walker, thank you for leaving so much reply. We will talk about comfort food later. We'll see you in 3 minutes, guys. This has been
JoeJinMovieSoAwesome. I was one Jin.
Movie So Awesome, Jin Joe. Joe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Buddha. 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 Bitch. Buddha. Buddha. Bitch. Buddha. Buddha. Bitch. K-pop must burn. Buddha. 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 Buddha.